Hi, I'm Rainer, and welcome to my train room. Um, in my last video, I was talking about how I fixed the electrical short in my yard, but I started looking at what I'm going to do with this back wall, and I had looked at or thought about, whether I should get a photo backdrop for the back, because I don't have much room. I only have a little over an inch of space back here between the edge of the rail and that back wall, maybe an inch and a quarter or something like that. So I don't have a lot of room. So I looked at some photo backdrops, but I really couldn't find something that I thought was appropriate. And obviously, you can't have a rail yard where the sky meets the track a few feet from the track, scale feet. That's not real. There's no cliff and just blue sky. So I was trying to figure out how I can make this a little bit more realistic, and everything that we do in model railroading is sometimes creating the illusion that there's more to the layout beyond the edge. Sometimes, people will have a road running off the front. The idea is that we are looking in on the scene from the front and the road is leading in. And the same thing going into the back. Now, on my upper level, if you've looked at any of my other videos, you know that the upper level has a lot more hills and a varying topography. And in general, the hills go up toward the back of the layout, toward the wall, and it's this blue, sky blue wall. So, and the other thing too, remembering, is that when I stand up here, this deck here is only a little bit below my eye level. So I'm kind of looking in from a typical person's perspective at that world. And so when I look at the kind of the skyline or the horizon that I've created at the top, it's usually at my eye level or possibly even above my eye level where the hills and the trees meet the wall. So I don't need to worry too much about a backdrop up there. As long as I have trees and buildings there, I'm looking up at a hill and I'm seeing sky on the other side of the hill. And that's the way it is in the real world. This lower deck is a little bit different because it's flat. It's going to have, the idea is to have a steel mill back around the corner, and this is my rail yard, and I'm going to have a paper mill scene in a town down there, but all of it is fairly flat topography. And I want to create the illusion that the layout continues beyond the wall. Obviously, you can see the wall. We all know we're looking at a model railroad, but you want to create something back there. And so I mentioned in my last video that I had been watching a YouTube video on the Boomer Diorama channel, and he does some amazing modeling. So if you haven't seen it, go there and look at it. And he was talking and he was just showing how he does his background structures. And I'm not going to try to do exactly what he's doing, but it gave me some ideas. And like him, I really think that lighting on the layout is a really important factor to add that realism and an interest to it. And, he's much farther along than I am, but that's what I'm going to be trying to do here, is do as much lighting and those little details as I get to them. So anyway, going back to that, he has a long warehouse running along the back because it's a very shallow shelf layout. And I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should look at putting some buildings back here. And, it's a fairly long run here, so I'm not going to run one big long warehouse for this whole thing. But I started to look at what do I have that I could start with to test my ideas. And the first thing was this. This is just nothing exciting. This is just the front face of a scratch-built background building that I had on a previous layout. Now, prior to this, I think it was this side. It had a wall here and a triangular roof because it was just kind of set at an angle in a corner as a background building on my other layout, and it didn't really fit anywhere on here as is. It had been built to fit a certain space. I thought, you know what, maybe this is a good starting point for trying out my theory. So I knocked off the wall and the roof and turned it into just a flat with a loading dock and this canopy here. It's something I scratch built this many years ago, just out of styrene and little bits of balsa wood for the support. So I thought, you know what, let's see how that works. Okay, let's put it back here. And if I tuck the wiring in, it actually does clear the tracks, but the wiring is pushing it out a bit. But the idea is, I can put it back here, and that gives me a backdrop building. It provides me something. Now it's a flat building. I'm going to have to cover the inside of the windows so you don't see the sky blue through the windows, obviously. And the wiring is there because I've installed some lights under this canopy. So that is a reasonable starting point. So I thought, okay, that's good. Let's see what else I have. And if you remember in my last video, there was that wall section from here left over. So what I did was I completed building the wall, and I put the windows in, painted the window frames a different color than on that. I put in a couple of the blanking brick panels at the bottom here. And then I made a little scratch built little light to make it look different on the front with an LED in it. And then I thought, you know what? I need to get some depth to this thing. That looks okay like that, but I want to create a little depth. So what I did was out of balsa wood, I made this roughly 1/2 inch frame all the way around, which then I painted with kind of the same paint that I used on the front. Maybe not the exact same mix of it, but close enough. And then what I did was I got a sheet of styrene. One side of this sheet of styrene, I spray painted black. And on the other side, I found a photo of the inside of a warehouse, kind of a perspective looking down an aisle. And so I printed that just on normal paper. I don't worry about the resolution or anything. It doesn't matter. And glued that to the other side of this styrene and to get an image inside. Now, what I also did too is before I glued these windows in, I wanted to darken them a little bit so you can't, without lights on, you can't see through them totally, because those are clear things. If I put it in here and put a photo in here, it doesn't look realistic in daylight to look in through warehouse windows and just see clearly everything in there. So I put a little bit of a opaque tint on the back of them. What it actually was some leftover spray tint that my son had used on the marker lights on his car to kind of give that black light look on the outside. So there's a leftover can, so I sprayed the light coating of that on the back of the windows to give them that kind of dark look. The final thing I did was I put LED lights on the back of this wall. I glued in little LED lights. So right about here on the inside are 2 LED lights. And so I glued those in place and then kind of glued the back on here. So now I have illumination on the front here, and I have 2 lights on the inside here. And that's one of the things that's also important to remember is if you look back at the video of when I painted this wall, when I did that kit, I painted the entire wall black first, then I painted the brick on top. So if you're going to do any kind of this interesting illumination, make sure you have a coating of black paint either on the face as a primer or on the back of the wall so that you don't turn the lights on and the wall glows. Because if I didn't do that, I would end up with bright spots glowing on the brick right here because the lights inside would glow right through the plastic. So that flat black paint in there, a good coating of it, helps stop that light transfer through the plastic walls. So anyway, the idea is I'm going to put it back here, and I'm not sure exactly arrangement, something like that. Going to put the 2 of them together and run the wires down, and then we will see how it looks. This is the start of my backdrop. Okay, I've got the buildings installed where I think I'm going to have them for now. I put this one here, this is here. They're not actually attached other than the wiring is going down and connected, but they will move if I bump them, so hopefully I don't. But I think it's a good start. Gives me a little bit of a backdrop here. I'm thinking I will continue maybe some fence along here and then another building, or maybe fence this way. But I'm thinking of, before I do any fencing, I'm going to create another building, especially with the way this one turned out. I'm really happy with it. I'll turn the lights on and you can't really see the effect on camera with my lighting in the room, but I'll turn the lights on anyway, and then I'll show you a clip that I took separately with the room lighting dimmer. So when I turn it on like this, you can see there's some lighting inside. There's a light right here shining down above the doorway. There's a couple of lights here. This car will just fit in here, so there's some illumination there as well. We'll see how this turns out if I kill this lighting. So you can see there's a little bit more lighting. Of course, I've got another video light here. Let's see if I turn that off too. Let's see. So you can see the lighting is working here. I've got another shot that'll show it even better. I'm going to try to actually scratch build another building for along here, some warehouse space, and see how that turns out. But hopefully this gives you some ideas of what you can do, maybe with some leftover building pieces you have and things like that. There's things you can do with it to try to make it look like the layout extends beyond just the face of those buildings that's on the back. So if you like what you've seen and you don't want to miss the next thing I put out, please subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.